Hey y'all, welcome back to A Dinosaur in the Library. I'm Dawn and I'm here to talk about books. Actually, I'm here to talk about this book. This awesome book. So, in case you don't know, Sonya Renee Taylor, who is amazing, has come out with her third book. I regretfully have not read the first one, which is a collection of poetry, although it has been on my TBR since I first saw it online ages and ages ago. I really need to get hold of that. Second book is The Body Is Not an Apology, which I have only recently gotten a copy of when I went to Atlanta. I got this at Karis Books. Shout out to an awesome indie bookstore in Atlanta. And it's The Body Is Not an Apology, The Power of Radical Self-Love. And if you know anything about Sonya Renee Taylor, this is probably what you know about her, is that she is an amazing body positivity advocate, and she is just amazing. So, and can we talk about how beautiful this cover is, guys? I mean, this alone. But this is probably what you know about her, if you know about her at all. But if you follow her on social media, you'll know that she has, over the last year or two, basically moved, well, she has moved to New Zealand. And she's also been working on this, which is Celebrate Your Body and Its Changes to a Body Positive Guide for Girls 8+. So I was given an amazing opportunity to review it. I was given an e-arc, a PDF, and I read it. And as soon as I finished it, I ordered this physical copy, paid for this physical copy myself for my goddaughter. So that is a little bit of a sneak peek of this review for you. I loved it so much when I got it for free that I had to purchase a copy as a gift. And I'll tell you, this is the book I needed when I was 10 years old. Absolutely is. She does not talk down to the kids at all. She explains basic changes that a girl's body goes through, the kinds of things you can expect, and emphasizes the fact that there is no one normal, and kind of tells you all about the things that your body could do, which are perfectly fine, and there's nothing to worry about. It's beautifully designed. On top of that, seeing it in the PDF format, it was black and white, so I didn't really get the full picture, but you know, in print it is diverse and beautiful, and you'll see there are black and brown and white and tan faces throughout here, and it's just amazing. And this is not, I mean, this is not a full, this is how the rest of your, this is for the rest of your life. This is basically for understanding puberty and understanding the changes that your body goes through when you are 8, 9, 10, 12, 14 years old, because a lot of people just don't get that information. I had health class, yes, but we did not really discuss these things in this depth. Our discussion of the period was in the 4th grade, and I remember this extremely clearly, and I'm sure a lot of women my age, in my age group do. They sent the boys out to play. They took all of the girls into, or I assume they just sent all the boys out to play. I've never heard anything different. They sent all the girls into one of the classrooms, and we watched a film strip. This was the late 80s. So we were watching a film strip that was created in the, basically in the late 70s, I think. Probably mid-70s, late 70s. The woman was showing us what tampons and pads were, and they still had the belt. If you don't know what I'm talking about, I'm gonna have to ask you to Google it, because don't know how well I can explain it. But if you don't know what I'm talking about, they used to have belts, like these elastic kind of belts, that you snapped your pad in and wore that. That is what she was using in the film strip. This was, of course, not the norm in the late 80s. And I still won't use tampons because I still have the terror of toxic shock syndrome, which is definitely a real thing. It definitely happens, but the way the film strip presented it was, you basically gonna die if you use tampons, which is not the case. So that was my experience with being told about the period, as well as some other horrifying things that I won't relive again. But I would love to travel back in time and give 10-year-old me this book, because this is the exact opposite of everything I dealt with in puberty. This is the exact opposite of all the information I was given. This is a how-to user guide for the girl's body at this time of your life, right? You know, we didn't hear anything about discharge or, you know, how your period was supposed to feel and all of these other things, right? Like, I got none of this in that film, really. I mean, I'm sure they talked about ovaries and the fallopian tubes and stuff, but there was no real serious discussion. And any books that I laid hands on at that age talked so down to me, right? I mean, I had a slightly different experience in some ways because I'd seen information on my own because I read a lot and I dug around in things that probably some people would think were too old for my age, but I knew some things about it. But none of those books really talked to me like this book talks. And I think it is high time that this exists, and it should have existed a long time ago. So I'm telling you now, if you have girls in your life, particularly girls who are getting close to puberty or who are hitting puberty, you need to buy them this book. You absolutely do. It's really well written. It's very personable. It doesn't treat them like idiots. It doesn't treat them like they're an empty vessel into which this information has to be poured. I mean, because let's face it, 10-year-old girls, they've been talking about this stuff for a while, but this just gives them the correct information, which they may or may not have. So if you've got any girls in your life, go check this out. Hell, check it out yourself. There are some grown women who don't have this information, and heck, buy it for them too. And I will very soon be reading this book and will report back, but I am just very excited to finally have it in my life, because Sonya Renee Taylor is bae, just saying. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. I really hope you guys run out and get this for your daughters, your nieces, your goddaughters, your friends, the random girl on the street. You know what I mean? Pass this out. We need this, right? I'll be back really soon with some really cool reviews that I've got coming up, and some other things. So I hope to see you then. Bye.